friends. A very good morning to all the seniors and dear colleagues. The topic given to me is the PET-guided treatment in the early stage favorable Hodgkin's lymphoma. Final results of the international randomized phase 3 HD16 trial by the German Hodgkin's study group. Next slide, please. Based on the earlier German Hodgkin's study group trial HD10, the standard of care in the early favorable Hodgkin's lymphoma is 2 cycles of the ABVD followed by 20 gray involved field radiotherapy. However, the PET-guided trials in the early favorable and unfavorable Hodgkin's lymphoma, such as RAPID and H10, resulted in controversial views. The prognostic value of interim PET in this context is still unclear. Next. In this study, early favorable Hodgkin's lymphoma, the majority of patients comprise of the classical Hodgkin's lymphoma of stage 1 and 2 without any risk factors such as large mediastinal mass, any extraneural disease, high value of erythrocyte sedimentation rates, or 3 or more areas were included. It was divided into 2 arms. The standard arm, which include 2 cycles of ABVD followed by an interim PET. Whether the patient had an PET positive or negative disease, irrespective of it, they received 20 gray of involved field RT. And in the PET guided arm, after the 2 cycle of ABVD, the patients who received radiotherapy were only those in which the interim PET was positive. And the other arm was kept on follow-up. The total number of patients which was taken up for the study was 1,150 patients. They were recruited from November 2009 to December 2015. And the age group which were included was 18 to 75 years. And they were further randomized into 1:1 ratio of 575 in each arm. And after the further exclusion because of various reasons, mostly being the withdrawal of the consent or disease entity were not finally concluded with the help of the histology. And in the PET arm, in the standard arm, the patient number was 501, and in the PET guided arm, it was 506. And out of that, there were negative patients in the standard arm was 353, and in the positive were 148. Further, these patients were excluded from the protocol population because of the withdrawal of the consent and any missing documentation or non-compliance. So finally, in the PET negative arm, in the standard arm, we had on the basis of the per protocol population was 328, and the PET positive was 136, and in the PET guided arm, the per protocol analysis negative was 300, and the positive was 188. Next slide, please. This table shows the patient characteristic, and all the characteristics was well stratified among the 2 groups. The median age was mostly of less than 60 years, and in the standard arm, the more than 60 years were only 10%, and in the PET guided arm 11. And the majority of patients comprised of the male patient, the female being 42 in the standard arm and 43 in the PET guided arm. And the majority of patients in both the arms were of stage 2A, which included 62 and 65, and the other stages 1A, 1B was 29 and 4% in standard arm, PET guided arm 26 and 4%. And the majority of patients were of ECOG status 0. And the histological subtypes, which I already mentioned, were majority comprised of the classical Hodgkin's lymphoma type, which was 91 in the standard arm, and in the PET guided arm 89. And the another subtype which was much more commonly in the nodular lymphocyte predominant type, which was 9 in the standard arm and 11% in the PET guided arm. The author gave the two primary objectives. The first of all, can RT be omitted from standard combined medical therapy without relevant loss of tumor control in PET2 negative Hodgkin's lymphoma patients? And does a positive PET after 2 cycles of ABVD represent a risk factor for a PFS among patients treated with standard CMT? So first of all, we look at the first objective, progression and relapse in the PET negative patients. In the patient who received combined modality of treatment, the 328 patients, in comparison with the patient who received only chemotherapy, and if we see the type of the relapses, the majority of patients those patients who just received the chemotherapy, they had in-field relapse and any relapse outside the field also, which was much more common. It was 8.7% in the in-field relapse, and other was 9.7. However, in the combined modality of the group, it was 2.1 and 4.6%. Next slide, please. This slide shows the progression and the relapse in the PET negative patients. In the combined arm, the 5-year overall estimate was 93.4% of progression-free survival rate, and in the chemotherapy alone arm, it was 86.1%, and this was the log-rank P for this was 0.040. So this was not significant. Next slide. And the overall survival in the PET negative patients in the combined arm was 98.1%, and in the chemotherapy arm it was 98.4%. This was taken again for the 5-year. So the next slide. The second objective. So the primary objective, the first objective was whether RT can be omitted from a standard CMT, was not achieved by the authors in terms of overall survival and progression-free survival. The other question which the author put forward in this was whether a positive PET after 2 cycles of ABVD represent a risk factor for progression-free survival among patients treated with standard combined medical therapy. Next slide.
Dr. Neha, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. The progression and relapse in patients treated with PET negative patients, the progression and relapse in the PET negative patients, including early and the rate relapse, was 4.8%, and in the PET positive patient, it was 8.8%. Next slide, please. So in the PET negative patient, the 5-year estimate was 93.2%, and in the PET positive patient, it was only 88.4%. Next slide, please. The most important factor was the impact of the Duval score, in which it was seen the patient who had Duval score of 3 had a 5-year estimate of progression-free survival was 92.8%. However, the Duval score 4 was 80.9%. Next slide. So the result of this conclusion was that in early stage fibrable Hodgkin's lymphoma, positive PET after 2 cycles of ABVD indicate a high risk for treatment failure, and particularly when a Duval score 4 is used as a cutoff for positive patient. So the PET positive patient in the Duval score of 4 was 5-year estimate was only 80.9%. Next slide. The summary of this study: the RT cannot be safely omitted from standard combined arm without a clinically relevant loss of tumor control in patients with negative PET after 2 cycles of ABVD. Significantly poorer progression-free survival in Hodgkin's lymphoma patients treated without RT, and there is no difference in the acute toxicity between patients receiving RT or not. Overall survival on a high level not impaired by omission of RT due to effective second-line treatment. A positive Duval score of 4 after 2 cycles of ABVD is associated with significantly poorer PFS compared with a negative PET. Thank you.